Welcome back to Alphablocked. I've sorted my bank. Kinda. We've got money, runes, equipment, skilling supplies, Zimmac plate bag I can't wear. Then we have stuff that's mostly just for quests. I took out quite a few placeholders, dropped a few things, sold a few things. Not too much profit in it, but it's something. Also between episodes, I alked an absolute ton of yew longbows. So now, our magic is 67, and we have a cash stack of 590k. So, those are things that happened. When it's that easy to get magic experience and money, I'm not going to complain. We've got some pretty interesting things planned for this episode. So let's get right into it. First item on the list today, it's ashes. Used in a few quests. And starts with A, so just going down a list of various things. How much are ashes worth, anyways? 54 GP? Eh. Now that we have the agility pyramid, I don't think picking up ashes is really worthwhile, but hey, there you go. Next up, we're getting our first bucket. Very useful. You can put a lot of things in buckets and take a lot of things out of buckets. And that's kind of why you just need the regular bucket along with it. Unlocking the cooking skill, it's cooked chicken. This is my answer to how we're going to be dealing with low-level cooking. Unfortunately, we're currently burning a lot of them, so even though it's technically a profit to cook chicken, if you burn all of them, it's still kind of a loss. So what we're going to do is cook the chicken that we have here, and then we're going to go out into the wide open world and hunt ourselves. We got burnt chicken. Yep, that's a mistake. Burnt chicken is now locked in. Oops. Oops on that. That wasn't intentional. That leaves a lot of questions. So I need to concern myself with all the various types of burnt food too. Ooh, that's not good. Yikes. This was a tactical mistake. That throws a lot of things out of water. That throws a few of my plans out of alignment, since I have to put burnt chicken in the bank. Oops. Oh well. We still unlocked cooking. But that's going to slow down us unlocking a lot of other stuff by one round. So that slightly changes my options here. Originally, the plan was cook chicken until 15, so we can eventually cook trout. But now I need to potentially look into cooking chicken until I can no longer burn trout. Or also see if burnt trout and burnt salmon both produce burnt fish. There's a few more questions here now. Okay, so I would still lose a whole bunch of money buying raw chicken here. So what we're gonna do is continue the plan as I had before. Cook the chicken. Go find other chickens. And potentially get much higher cooking level than I had first intended. Also, I guess I could do this on a range somewhere. That'd probably be better. But I would need to find a range near chickens. That's fine. I'm going to cook some chicken and try to figure out what's going on. If we manage to not burn either of these chicken. There is 15 cooking. We can now cook trout. I have decided to accept the fact that we're going to burn a bunch of trout and salmon. They both become the same identical burnt fish, so it's not two lost spaces, but still. $15 is where we're stopping here. Even with the Hosidius range unlocked, we would not stop burning trout until level 46. And if there's one thing I don't feel like doing, it is cooking chicken to level 46. I will take another hit in the B column instead of doing that. Party going on over here. Next up, we got damp sticks and broken glass. You don't need to do that here. Alright, we need to go to the fishing platform to make these sticks dry. Okay. Now we can unlock our next item. Get some damp sticks and some broken glass. And bam, you got dry sticks. Ain't that something? Nice and dry. One step closer to being able to complete Sea Slug. Well, if you want a quest done, here comes one. It's been a long time coming. But we got our 4th raw meat in the Cauldron of Thunder. The 4th enchanted meat. Enchanted bear. Be interesting if that was actually a creature. Go to some enchanted place and fight an enchanted bear. Nope. Just stick it in some weird cauldron. Totally legitimate. Very druidic. Random blue goop. I'm not in charge of the druidic ritual, so I'm not going to ask any questions here. All I need to know is we've got all 4, and that means we get to finish another quest. It's druidic ritual. This is the wrong place. Nailed it. It's been so long since we started this journey. I just want to get it done now that we're finally there. But no. We have to talk to this guy first. And then we can finish Druidic Ritual. Hello, Samfew. That it? Gotta go talk to him now. You'd think that I would want the interesting meats for the ritual at the actual altar. Apparently not. They're just saving them from later. Saving them for later, I guess. That's fine. As long as they teach me how to do herb lore, I'm up for whatever. Not right now. Alright, Cake Mix. Herb lore. Oh boy. 3 herb lore. Attack potions. we can't make attack potions yet, because we only have the Eye of Newt. So that's not quite finished yet. But that's going to be solved pretty much right now. Just one item between me and actually being able to train Herblore. Starting with the letter F and the very long-term solution, well, short and long-term solution to the fishing skill and the cooking skill. We've got the fly fishing rod. Trout and salmon, all the way to whatever level we need to get. Easy enough plan to me. Unfortunately, we don't have the raws quite yet, nor do we have the fishing level, but that's all going to be solved in time. So, fly fishing rod, good to go. And we forgot to put in the enchanted bear because we were too busy finishing the quest, but that's fine. It was a blue piece of meat, I think you can imagine. We were very, very gung-ho to get this working. And to finish getting it working, Guam potion unfinished. We don't have the liberty to waste a whole bunch of extra slots on vials of water and the clean herbs and the grimy herbs. We're just going straight there. I have no idea what level in Herblore we need right now. But what I do know is we've got the Guam potions. We can buy Eyes of Newt. Overall, not too expensive either. All told, we check our Grand Exchange history here. It's about 92 GP for 25 XP. So about 4. So we could easily slam out like 100,000 Herblore XP just on attack potions. But, of course, that's not the best plan. So we're just going to make 100 here. He says, before remembering he can't make attack potions. Never mind. Herblore skill. Still unlocked. Well, we just should have unlocked that one today instead of ashes. That would have been a good idea. Attack potion. Next time, for sure. Yeah, there we go. Alright. You can live down here for a little bit. You don't get very close to unlocking Herblore. It's a series of mistakes, but most of the time it's only gonna set you back one round. But still, if you wanted to try to do this the most efficient way, there's clearly some better options that could be made. Continuing down the ham equipment set, we're in the hood. It's not going to have better stats than our Void Knight melee helm, but that is the 3 pieces that you need to have unlocked for the first hammy quest, so that's okay. Next on the list, putting us in progress towards unlocking a different skill. Starting with the letter I. It is an iron. Nope, that's not right. Iron bar. useful in the quest that's going to unlock smithing, and then it's useful for smithing. Very good. Very good to have. Again, we haven't unlocked the skill yet. We're working our way towards it. So close. It's coming. We've got jugs, jugs of wine, jugs of water. So why not keep the party going and grab ourselves some jugs of vinegar for Rag and Bone Man. We might as well just buy all of them right now, so we don't need to worry about coming back for more jugs of vinegar later. There's 2 entire quests with this, so how many we need? Like, that enough? I'll grab another inventory. These are only like, these are what, 1 coin each? A lifetime supply of jugs of vinegar. Oh boy. We keep saying that Rag and Bone Man is not our main focus, but we just keep on getting things for it, so whatever. It's still going to be an absolute eternity until we can finish that quest, but not the case for another quest. Back down here in the fight arena, we have the Cali Brew, so let's give it to the guard. He very much enjoys it and gives me the Khazard cell keys, which allows us to finish this quest. From here on is a boss gauntlet with, for a varying definition of boss, we get to fight an ogre, a scorpion, and a hellhound. Not a big deal, especially since we have brought ourselves magic. I'm pretty sure 68 magic is good enough to finish Fight Arena. We probably could have done with melee, but for melee it would bring salmon as food, and it probably would have been fine. Probably would have had to run behind the skeleton a few times to heal up while fighting Bouncer, but Fire Strike does the job. So let's finish this quest. Get some very nice experience. As expected, this was absolutely trivial. And we don't even need to bother fighting this guy, which is weird. Optional quest bosses. Who would have thunk it? Later. And they let us keep the cell keys. How nice of them. You would have thought they would take those away when they lock you in the prison, but no. That's not a thing that happens. The general incompetence here at the fight arena. Not my problem. We get to turn this in. Some attack, some thieving, and some coins. Not too useful at our levels, but 2 quest points is pretty good. We're kind of just doing quests to do the quests, really. So that's okay. And speaking of doing quests, here comes another one. Yet again, the final item that we need to finish a quest. Dry sticks. Unlit torch. It's a lit torch. That allows us to go up here and finish up Sea Slug. With Kenneth saved from the fishing platform, we are done. We get some oyster pearls.
but most importantly, the fishing XP. Now, 24 fishing unlocks raw trout, but we can't actually fish raw trout since we haven't actually unlocked raw trout. And these oyster pearls, we could have waited to unlock those this time. That was the plan. But I was here anyways, so. Slightly out of order. Doesn't change anything. Alright. So before we change anything that we're doing, I feel like we should unlock the M and N items. Just feel more official about the oyster pearls here. So, please ignore the oyster pearls. It's just saving me a teleport back there, so. We will grab our empty bucket here. Just called bucket. There's actually an empty bucket called empty bucket. That's a whole different thing though. So, we got our bucket. Let's go do something with it. The next step of Priest in Peril. Take our bucket to the well and get murky water. Yay. Next thing we do with this is get it blessed by Drizzle. But unfortunately the burnt chicken got in the way. So that's going to have to wait a little bit. Heading back to Varrock, we can unlock the next item, starting with N. Not the most useful item to have. We'll see how it compares to what we already have. Another, much later down the line, quest unlock. And we have not done our bank pin. Okay. It's not shield. Another part of Fremnic Isles that you can just completely skip. So that's fun. Our only other shield is the Zamorak Kite Shield. So let us compare the stats here. It's got negatives in mage and range. It's worse. Is it worse in every possible way? Worse range, worse mage, worse defenses, worse magic defenses, worse range defenses, worse prayer bonus. I was hoping it would at least not have as bad negative accuracies, but no, it's actually worse. Shocking. Alright. It's good against throwing trolls on Neasna and Jatitso. Besides that, Neasna shield. Not great. So, L, M, N, and now we've unlocked the oyster pearls. So, we didn't make any use of selling the oyster pearls or being able to fish before we unlocked the O, so that's okay. I can deal with that. We should be a little bit more careful to not accidentally unlock things out of order, like the burnt chicken. I don't think I could have avoided that though. At some point we're going to need to have gotten something burnt, and our items that start with B is getting very long. That's okay. Making progress. After we have unlocked the regular pot, we can now start putting things in pots. Much like the jugs, there's many things you can put in pots, and it's really only useful to put things in and take things out, so you need the regular pot also. So we're going to buy a pot of
flower. Useful in quite a few quests, actually. Good to have. We'll slot that right in here. Alright. And we are back to Q again. We still cannot get Quicklime, Queen Secateurs, Quest Point Cape, Quest Point Hood. Still skipping it. Maybe someday they'll add a new area where everything in the entire area starts with the letter Q. That'll be my place to be. But until that happens, we have nothing that starts with Q. Because we got rid of our Queen Help book. But that's not useful either. Moving swiftly on then to R. After finishing Druidic Ritual, we can move on to actually useful raw items. Starting with raw trout. Active trade price 100, wow. I mean, there's no reason to buy this trout. You wanna know why? We got fishing, but we're gonna need to buy the feathers. We got feathers. We got a fly fishing rod. Why buy raw trout when I can buy feathers instead for much cheaper? That is actually a surprising value of raw trout, I'd say. So, let's go. Take a nice little jaunt over to Barbarian Village. Probably the best place we can fish for right now. But yeah, we have unlocked the fishing skill, but there's going to be some problems pretty quick. But for the time being, we can lure some trout here. So let's grab our first trout. How fun. Raw trout. And an easy Varric achievement diary. How nice. So, I think I'm going to do a little bit of fishing here. At least until we hit the problem level. Congratulations! You advanced a fishing level to 30. Which means we can now catch raw salmon. But we can't. Because the thing we're doing. So that is the end of fishing for now. Raw salmon is next on the list. Spoilers. So we will re-unlock fishing next round. But for the time being, that is the end of fishing. I mean, technically we could try our luck at never catching a salmon, but that's not realistic. If we look at our bank here, we managed to catch 124 raw trout. Pretty good. Pretty good. Next. Starting with the letter S. Going to take a little bit of research to see how many we should purchase. So, yeah. The research, we figured out that we're only going to need to buy one. You need a saw to train construction. So, yeah. Was going to buy a whole bunch of planks and steel nails and get up to the level where I can use oak planks, but that's not a thing that's happening yet. We needed the saw first. Nailed it. So, training construction is not a thing that's going to be happening right now. Unfortunate. But we can make a little progress in a different skill. Anybody got fires? No fires here today? I will hop to a more busy world. We can do that. We got the technology. Let's find some people lighting fires at the Grand Exchange. Not as easy, not as good as at a range or anything, but I can't be asked. We only have so many trout. Oh wait. Okay, we got the trout. I was about to do that thing where I unnecessarily grabbed myself the burnt fish. We almost messed that up. So now we can't actually drink. This is going not fantastic. Yes. Before we try to cook any more trout, thank goodness we didn't burn this one. Okay. Slow down. Think about things. If we got burnt fish, that would have been another item stopping me from doing what I want to do next. So, I'm gonna hold off on training cooking because I don't want to burn anything. Technically, I could use chicken, but I don't want to. That's not good. So instead of doing that, we are going to be satisfied with our one trout and continue on. Continuing the uncuts line, here's an uncut ruby. More options for picking things up and doing such. So that's good. And now it's V, and that means void. Luckily, this time we have the benefit of having full melee void. So that's going to be pretty good. Pretty good indeed. Speed up. Well, it really is not going to speed up getting the next pieces of void by much, if at all. I don't think the difference of me having void is really going to make or break any of these games. But, more experience during it at least, so. 2 pest control to get our second Void Knight helmet. Not much longer that we're going to be here at pest control. Purchasing our second helmet, we're going to go for the Ranger helm. Because our range gear is sorely lacking right now. And Mage Void is not the greatest. So, previously, this was what we were going with for our range setup. 25 accuracy, and the Void Melee helm. So, we do lose a significant amount of our range accuracy by using Void. It looks like the helmets have the same stats. That's interchangeable. So now we have a full range void. We get 10% range accuracy and damage. So the accuracy isn't fantastic. So we only have 15, but that's just the range accuracy. That's not counting for your range level or however this whole thing works. But overall, I'm going to guess that full void is better than just equipping yak hide legs. So that's what we're going to go with. Still going to be a while before we can get an Ava's device, but what are you going to do? Let's pop that into this tab for now. And move on to W. I'm not entirely sure if this is gonna work the way I think it is. But we'll give it a shot. Here's a little bit of sequence breaking. Turns out, you can just give whoever the weapon store key. They don't have to have chosen a gang, looked for the book. You even don't need to have started the quest, which I tested earlier. But yeah, there it is, the weapon store key. So now, whichever gang we decide, and spoiler, it's going to be Phoenix, we can go up here, or give this key to somebody else. So, that is progress. I mean, technically we didn't need to unlock this, I guess. We could have just given the other account the key. I think you get it while doing the quest, though. It doesn't matter. It's going to be interesting if during the quest we join the Phoenix gang. They're like, here, have a weapon store key. Already has one. Whatever. That should work. Things are getting very awkward. Finally! Xerix Talisman. The drop rate on this is 1 in 250. But we decided that we were going to spend 1,000 kills to get it. So, yeah. While getting this 1 talisman and 1,000 kills, we also managed to get 110 Xerician fabrics. So that's 91,000 coins. Not a lot for the amount of time that took, but oh well. At least we picked those all up, so this wasn't a complete waste of time. Also, we got some levels, mostly defense. Well, all defense, I think. Maybe there was a hit points level in there, who knows. Not important. What is important is that we now have the talisman. It starts with an X, and that's all I really needed here. So we will pop that in here. Also, we picked up an emerald. Or got it from a random or something. So, a little bit more money there, I guess. Now, of course, this talisman isn't too useful yet. I mean, I guess we can wear it. I mean, we'll keep it in this tab, though. I think that might be our first amulet. So, no, we got a glory. Never mind. Scratch that. Disregard. We've been here for so long, we're getting confused. Oh, we're going to need to note that if we're going to sell that. Yes. And we'll take the emerald. And I think we're going to take the bones. If I'm going to be training prayer, it's not going to be with regular bones. Let's just be fair here. So, staff, Varrock. A lot of the time there we were poisoned because we were messing up. As long as we let the warriors there tank all the lizardmen, we didn't get poisoned. But when we messed up, we were poisoned for just a little bit. But that's why we had the salmon. So, very good. See if we can dump these in here. We're going to need to undercut on the emerald and the bones a little bit more. That's okay. And let's go for like 85 on these. We've been holding these for a while, but realistically, that's not how we're going to be training prayer. So, sold the bones for 56,000 coins. Got 600 for the emerald. And almost 100k for the fabrics. So that means our cash stack up to 817k. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Now we can be done with getting that talisman. And we can finish this up. For our Y item, we're just going to grab another future quest piece. Yakite armor, but the top. Grab that. What kind of stats we got on this? I highly doubt it's going to compare at all with our Void Knight top, but you never know. And now you do know. It's not very good. And unlike the Yakite legs, it has no positive range accuracy, so. Oh well. But with that, and the Yakite legs, and the Knight's Not Shield, we've now collected all the items for combat-related items in the Fremenic Isles quest. Interesting that these aren't quest locked. That's not a big deal. Slot that in here. And now we will take one knife, and that's it, to go get our final item. Back over here at the Mage Arena, we can talk to this guy here, and he'll give us our first staff for free. Zamorak staff. Yay. I don't have the runes to cast the Zamorak flames, but I'm not feeling like it's really necessary for me to alch this staff and buy it back later. So that'll just stick around for quite a while, I'd say. Put it in the bank now. There we go. So here's everything we unlocked this round. Besides the... what was it? It was a while ago. What was it? The Enchanted Bear. Yep. So, 24 items. Enchanted Bear. Nothing that starts with Q. But here's our selection of items. We got Khazard Cell Keys, a Lit Torch, Void Knight Ranger Helm, Oyster Pearls, Zamorak Staff. We do what we can. And our bank value is now at 3.6 million. 1.5 million if you ignore the Marks of Grace. Those are still a huge amount of our bank. That's okay. Our 816k cash stack can get us pretty far, I'd say. That's coming along very nicely. As far as stats are concerned, we unlocked and then relocked fishing, made a bit of a mess of cooking, one step closer to unlocking herblore and construction. Overall, got a few levels. 760 total, 3.5 million total XP, not bad. Finished a handful of quests. We got the Shazian favor completed from all those lizardman kills. Ugh. Yep. I'd say this went about as expected. We did make a few mistakes in this episode, like the burnt chicken. But besides that, everything's going according to plan. And it will keep going according to plan. More quests, more skills, more likely mistakes, and seeing how we're going to fix it next time. Goodbye.